most popular makeup brands that's high-end is Charlotte Tilbury. I love Charlotte Tilbury, but as I said, it's high-end. Hi, I'm Laura Ray, and today I have some amazing dupes for you. A couple of years ago, my mother gave me some birthday money and said, you know, buy what you want for your channel, and I was so excited. I said, I want to try Charlotte Tilbury, and I know it's something I'm not going to be able to repurchase, but maybe I can find some great dupes to share with my subscribers. So that's what I'm here to do today. This video is sort of a couple of years in the making. I've been using some of her products, trying a bunch of drugstore, making my own little concoctions of adding products together to come up with some beautiful combinations that look like Charlotte Tilbury. First, we'll start with a magic cream. This is her #1 selling product. I bought a travel size, which ran me around $30 to try it out. Now, I had done a lot of reading trying to find a dupe for this, and this one was suggested in my reading, and I totally agree. This is from Pacifica. Now, this only runs around $16. It's amazing. It also has peptides. Now, I would say it's a little thinner than the Charlotte Tilbury, but I get that same glow that I get from the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream from this. I love how this spreads so nicely on the skin, and it really preps your skin for using her products or using the dupes that I have from the drugstore. So this is a must-have for me. Charlotte Tilbury has a magic eye cream, and I don't have that, but I've heard her talk about it and that there's retinol in it. Recently, I purchased this from Burt's Beige. It also has retinol in it. I'm loving this. This is a beautiful eye cream. I, of course, have been using my La Roche-Posay, which I love. But what I like about this is it has a lot of luminosity to it. So I like using this under my makeup because it gives my under eye look just a natural, healthy glow. When I bought those products a couple of years ago, I tried the Light Wonder Foundation. I don't have it anymore because it expired and I didn't repurchase. But what I did like about it was how thin and weightless it was, yet had a lot of luminosity to it. Well, I guess back in November when Flower Beauty first released their serum, the new Get Real Serum Foundation, I started trying it and I fell in love. It is very similar to the one from Charlotte Tilbury. It spreads easily. Now, what I have found, I've tried it many ways, that it applies best with like a dense sponge. This one actually is from Sigma. I've had it a long time, but you need something that's really dense. I do not like using it with a wet sponge. I couldn't build it enough. But when I did the serum with a dry sponge and one that was dense, I got such a beautiful look. I've been wearing this every day, and I actually think my own skin is looking better because I'm using this. Because what I noticed is I'm not wearing this heavy coverage on my skin, which is allowing my skin, I guess, to breathe more. And the thing about this serum is it actually looks more beautiful as the day goes on. It looks great when I first put it on, but what I find is I still have it on at the end of a day, which is about 10 hours later, and it's actually blended so beautifully with my own skin oils that it looks so natural and luminous. Another very popular product from Charlotte Tilbury is her Magic Away Liquid Concealer. It's known for working well on mature skin because it has this luminosity yet coverage. But what I found that I think works just as great is L'Oreal's Magic Lumi. This is a product that's been out a long time. I used to use it and loved it because of the luminosity. Most concealers are more flat, where this gives you a luminous look, yet if you feel it's too much, you can just powder over it a little bit and it looks great. I'm a big fan of the Magic Lumi, and I think it's a great replacement and comparable to the Magic Away Concealer. I wanted to mention a product that I think is so amazing for the eyelids, for covering dark circles. I'm just loving this. It's from LA Girl. It's their Pro Concealer, but this is in the peach shade. Now, Charlotte Tilbury has a product I haven't tried yet. It is a peach concealer for the eyes to help get rid of blue in the eyes and dark circles. So I would love to try that at some point, but I wanted to mention this because it's very similar and I am loving it, and it's so inexpensive. I wanted to mention that I have had these in my drawer forever. I purchased them at some point, but I'm in love with them. They're from Real Techniques. This is so cool. They're little sponges to use around the nose, in here in the corners of the eyes. And then look, it has a little cap to close it off. So I just think these are fantastic. They're a great little tool. So I'm going to put them in my Amazon store if you're interested and you would like to look at them. If you click the show more or the little button on the side, depending if you're on the computer or your phone, you'll see the description with all of today's products listed and the links. Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Filter Powder is amazing. I love it. This was one of the products I got for my birthday and I've used it and loved it, but I definitely did not want to repurchase at that price. So I started looking around and the first powder I ever came up with that was a dupe was this one from Flower Beauty. I've used it for at least a couple of years. It is in the shade Porcelain is the shade I bought. I've tried other shades. I've tried like the beige shade that would be my regular shade. That's my skin tone, but I like using the Porcelain because it gives me like a translucent powder. They don't have translucent in this line, so I like using the Porcelain and it feels the same. It's finely milled, it's smooth. Now I've talked about other powders too that I love. I still love the Can Make powder because it gives a brightening effect and it's also finely milled. And of course the number 7, I've talked about that also. So there are various powders I feel could replace the Charlotte Tilbury, but I am loving this flower powder. It is one of my favorites. I am so proud of this next dupe because I spent hours in my bathroom going through everything I own trying to dupe this one that's so hard. It's the Pillow Talk Blush. This is such a unique shade. I just thought, I don't know if I'm going to be able to dupe it or not. But guess what I found? This is an unlikely shade. You wouldn't think that it would look the same, but when I swatched it, it was the exact same. This is from Revlon. This is a shade I've owned before. It's called Naughty Nude. And I've had this before. They changed the packaging. So I've used this shade probably at least 5 or 6 years. Well, when you blend the highlighter and the blush together, you get this shade. Actually, I have to be a little careful because this Revlon is a little more pigmented. So when I put it on, I have to do it a little lighter to get this shade. But boy, they're the same, and what a great savings. I've always wanted to try the Hollywood Flawless Filter, so I bought a travel size. This is in Fair number 3, and I was trying to find a dupe. Well, all over the internet, they were saying that this rose shade from L'Oreal was a dupe, and it is. So it's great for using as a highlighter, but I found another use on my own. Now this is Charlotte Tilbury's, it's a liquid blush, and this is in the shade Pinkgasm. This is a beauty wand, and it's like a cream blush, but it blends highlighter and blush all in one. So I thought, I wonder if I could find something, but this is so unique. So what I came up with is I already own this from Milani. It's their Cheek Kiss in Rose Romance. And I just took a little squirt of this and a squirt of the L'Oreal, blended it up, and it looked just like the Pinkgasm. I was so excited because there's not much product in this. Although you don't need much, it'll probably last me a while. But when I started squeezing the tube, I'm like thinking, there's not much in here. And it's pretty pricey. So with this, the Milani is so pigmented, a dot of it is enough to do both cheeks. This is going to last me at least a couple of years. And of course, this much highlighter, a little of this goes a long way too, so it'll last a very long time. And what's great about this L'Oreal is you could mix it with others that you have. So I have the Milani in other shades, and I have some other cream blushes. So I'm taking those, putting a little dot of the Visible Lift highlighter, and then I've got a whole new group of beautiful blushes. Charlotte Tilbury makes a very unique eye pencil. This eyeliner is like a powder pencil, which I think is great for a mature eye because it's very soft and it's easy to blend. And that's sometimes hard, I know, in my crepey eyes to get the liner blended out nicely. But what I have as a dupe is so inexpensive and even a little bit better is from Maybelline. And this is their Line Express. And this is the shade Brownish Black. Now, what's great about this pencil, you can see I've used it here, is this sponge applicator. You can just go and blend it out, and you don't need to be grabbing other brushes when you're using this. It lasts just as long. That's something I hear a lot of people say. They say, well, I want to see a wear test. I want to see if these dupes last as long on the face as the higher end. Well, I can tell you, I didn't film end of the day, but I have done this look look maybe 5 or 6 days and worn it all day. And at the end of the day, my face looks very even. The eyeshadow looks the same, the blush. So I would have to say for the products I have in this video at least, that the wear time is the same, whether it's high-end or drugstore. One of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products is the Film Star Bronze and Glow. Now, the great thing about this is if you really want it, they have it for around $29 in a mini size. This is the original one that I got for my birthday. Well, a great dupe is this one from W7. The last time I looked on Amazon, it was around $5. Now, sometimes the prices change. I cannot believe how close these are. The only thing is you have to be careful with the bronzer. It's a little more pigmented than the Charlotte Tilbury. What I found with the Charlotte Tilbury that is great is all of her products go on so lightly and you build them. And they don't build up on the face and get cakey. So that keeps you from maybe overdoing something, where the drugstore's versions that I'm offering you, some of the products go on a little bit heavier. So you have to make sure you use a light hand, but otherwise you can get the same exact look. I am really excited about this dupe because this is one of my favorite things, the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner. This is a big superstar for her line. I love it because I like a lipstick to last a lot of hours. So what I enjoy doing is filling in my lip with a lip pencil and then putting a lipstick on top so that I get longevity. I don't have time to keep reapplying lipstick and liner. So this is her lip cheat liner in Pillow Talk. Now the dupe I found, I love even more. And it's from Flower Beauty. This is their new pencil that you can use as an eyeshadow or a lip liner / lipstick. It is so versatile. I even read online today, somebody on Instagram said they use it as a blush. They dab it on the cheek and blend it out. So I'm excited to try that. But this is in the shade Tickle Me Pink. And I was playing around with these and matching colors, and then I go, oh my gosh, this is a total dupe for Pillow Talk. It's amazing. Now, what I like about this is it's larger. So it's easier for me to fill in the entire lip than with such a small pencil, yet it does great on the lip line. So I have found this is actually much easier to work with. The staying power on these pencils is amazing. I'll be talking more about these in videos coming up. I'm trying some of the different shades. But I have used this on my eyes, on my lips, and I absolutely love it. I would have to say Pillow Talk lipstick is probably my favorite of all time, of my entire life. This is so close to my own lip color. So as it fades during the day, it's not noticeable. I just absolutely love it. Now, we have heard about Spice Petal from Flower Beauty being a dupe, and it's really close. I think it's a great dupe, but this is also a great one from L'Oreal. Now, L'Oreal's come out with a brand new line of nude lipsticks, and this is number 173. I talked about this on Instagram. I've mentioned this in one of my other Buy This, Not That videos, and it is perfect. It is the same texture. It stays on the lips just as well. I think it's amazing. I'm actually going to stock up on these because they're selling out. I'm finding it's very hard to find the shade now that people are catching on that it's a dupe. But I am so thrilled with this. So this is my lipstick I'll buy instead of Pillow Talk. One of the biggest challenges was finding a dupe for these eyeshadows, especially this one shade she calls the pop shade, because it's very thin, it's almost watery looking and very sheer. And so that was my biggest concern, was finding that. And also the prime shade, because the prime shade doesn't have a lot of shimmer to it. So I knew that was going to be a challenge. But the closest I could find in my collection, and I think it really works, is from Rimmel. And again, this is close to the $5 to $7 price range. This is their Magnify Eyes Crimson Edition. Now, what I did is I used this shade on the end for my prime shade. So I did that from the bottom of the lid up to the eyebrows. I used this shade here as the main shade that in the look. And then I used this brown shade here to replace the one here in the top right. it was very close once it's blended out. When I looked at them side by side, comparing them, they didn't look as close, but with blending it out, they look the exact same. There was a lot of gold in the pop, so I used this gold shade, and just, if it looked a little too gold, went back in with the main shade and just blended the two together. Now, I've worn this several days, trying it out. I went up to people and said, which side is the high end, which is drugstore? And my friends really couldn't tell a difference. And I think too, as the day went on and the natural oils on my lid sort of made the shades blend, they looked more and more the same. So where there was a little difference maybe at the beginning of the day, but not really where anyone would notice unless I said something, as the day went on, the shadows looked more and more the same. So this is a great alternative to Pillow Talk. Winner of last week's giveaway is in the first pinned comment. This week, I have a giveaway from Flower Beauty. They sent me some products to give to you, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm giving away the Flower Heat Wave Bronzer. This I've talked about. It's beautiful. It's finely milled. It looks great on mature skin. I actually like to put it down my neck, and it makes my neck look better and blends the foundation with the neck, so I really like it for that. And then this is their Blush Balm. This is a gorgeous liquid blush. You could actually take that L'Oreal and mix it with this and make an incredible luminous shade, or just use it as it is, which is more of a matte look. If you're interested, then all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I'm on Instagram. I love talking with you on Instagram. I post there every day, little mini reviews about products, and so I'd love to see you over there too. Have a beautiful week.